Hi there, Coach Julien here. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the best US dividend stocks, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Julien Regoli, CPA, CMA, your finance coach. My purpose is to demystify finance, is to help you understand some of the basics so that you can invest and save money by yourself. You don't need to be a math whiz, you don't need a finance degree. All you need is to understand a few basic concepts and have the discipline to apply them, and you could be well on your way to financial freedom. My channel talks about three main things. One is how to save money, two is how to invest money, and three is how to think about money. If this kind of topic interests you, then subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button, and you'll be notified whenever I upload new content. So let's get right to it. It's not just about the dividends, the percentage, their yield. I've done that mistake before in the past, chase after the highest dividend yield stocks, only to get killed on the share price that decreased suddenly. So be very careful. You want to make sure the company is able to pay dividends regularly. And so what you want to look at is consistency. How consistent are the revenues? How stable are the cash flows? Does it have a healthy balance sheet? You want to look at consistency. If you want consistent cash dividend, you want to look for a company that is consistent with its financial performance. And all of these stocks that I go through are stocks that you can buy and hold. They're stocks for the long term. They're not speculative. You buy them, you collect the dividend, and then you go to sleep. You don't have to trade these, buy and sell. No, you buy them and you hold them and you collect the dividends. So here you go. So the first one here is Verizon Communications, a huge telecom company in the US. I don't really need to explain what they do. Revenues in the last 12 months is over $130 billion. Its market cap is over $220 billion. So huge company. The stock price is fair. You're not buying it a too high price. If I look at the PE ratio over the last 5 years, the average is 12.41. It's sitting at 11.44. So it's a reasonably priced in relation to its earnings. The dividend yield on it is over 4.5%, and we're looking for consistent revenue, consistent cash, and so you can see that the revenues are even Steven. Balance sheet looks healthy with an asset line, the blue line, that is spreading away from the orange line, which are the liabilities, and shareholders' equity that is growing. So it's looking good. Cash flow from operations, look at that, over $38 billion last quarter. So that's pretty stable, and that's how the dividends are paid, from the cash generated from business. So very good company with a decent dividend. The next one is in the telecom industry as well. It's called Telephone and Data Systems Inc., TDS, Diversified Telecommunications Operator, over 3.4% dividend. The share price is probably on the lower end, so I think it has some share price upside at $20. If we look at the PE ratio, historical level over 5 years, it's sitting at 4.21 and the average is 27. So it probably has some upside when it comes to the share price. That's what I like about this company. So you can see that the revenues and expenses are pretty tight together, but it's consistent. You can see that this company is consistent over the years. Nice balance sheet, not too much debt, and look at that, last quarter generated over $1.2 billion of cash flow from operations. So this is a stable company with some share price upside, I would say. Definitely something you want to take a look at. Next one is Pfizer. Again, here I don't really need to explain. This is a big pharma. There's certain companies in the pharma sector that are doing super well because of all the vaccinations and the billions of vaccines that are sold to the governments worldwide. And this is one of them. Pfizer is one of the major players when it comes to the new vaccine production and all the boosters, vaccines that are going to come up with in the future. You can see that the revenue trailing 12 months is over $50 billion and market cap of over $260 billion. It's one of the largest pharma companies in the world. So what's cool here is you've got some share upside because of everything that's going on with the vaccines. The vaccine demand is going up, and plus you're getting some dividends around 3.3% per year. As long as you think the demand for vaccines will go up, Pfizer is in a good position. got good financial backbone with this solid balance sheet and solid cash flow from operations. Look at this, over $15 billion per quarter. These companies are money machines. They make a lot of money. Next one is Westlake Chemical Partners, a chemical company. What I like about this company, it's got a good share price trend. And I also like the dividend yield, almost 7% per year. I like that. What I don't like is this revenue trend, but it seems to be picking up again. So I would have liked this revenue trend to keep going up and up and up nice and steadily. But instead what happened is after 2019, it started going down for some reason. I haven't researched why, but just that's something I don't like. But what I like now is that it seems to have hit a bottom and now it's picking up again. Balance sheet seems nice, consistent, and the cash flow seems to be consistent. Last quarter it generated over $430 million of cash from operations, so that's pretty good. Next one is Kellogg. Everybody knows Kellogg's. They sell cereals, snacks, and packaged foods. Huge business, market cap of over 20 billion, revenue of the last 12 months of over 14 billion, nice dividend of over 3.6%. And what I like is the consistency. Check out the revenues. It's $14 billion per quarter, and it's flatline basically. So a very stable company. Balance sheet too is pretty stable, and cash flow from operations stable. So if you want some consistency in this stable company and earn a nice dividend, this is something you want to take a look at. The next one is Conagra Brands, and they're a packaged food company, operates in the US. Over $11 billion of revenues over the last 12 months, market cap of over almost $16 billion. What I like here is that if this could hit a bottom here at one point, like you see there's a floor here at 33, 32. Yeah, so it's at a lower level price. So I think there's some share price appreciation. P ratio is on the low end, so the average 5 years is 19.87, and it's sitting at 12.47. So I find that in relation to the earnings that it's generating, this company is well priced. It generates a nice dividend of over 3.4%. Okay, revenue trend, good balance sheet, and cash flow from operations in the last quarter. Just look at that, over almost $1.5 billion of cash flow from operations. So it generates a lot of money, and it's definitely showing some consistency here, which is what you want when you're looking for a dividend company. Next is American Electric Power. This is utilities, 3.3% of dividends per year. Nice consistent revenues, nice balance sheet that seems to be improving over time, and some consistent cash flow from operations. Last quarter recorded was over $3 billion. Spartan Nash, so they're into food distribution, generates over 4% dividend per year. P ratio is low on this one, if I recall, when I was looking at it. That's what I liked about this. It's got a low PE ratio in relation to other players in the industry. So it probably has some share upside, something you might want to buy for share upside. And in the meantime, you're going to be getting a nice dividend of 4% per year. It doesn't have a huge margin, but it's consistent. As you can see, healthy balance sheet. And this one is Sempra Energy and Utilities, pretty stable, over 3% dividends per year. Pretty large company. Utilities, got a nice, what I like about this company is got a nice revenue trend, nice balance sheet improving, and a nice cash flow from operations trend. So a very stable company that you want to consider when looking at US dividend stocks. So there you have it. Hope you found it useful. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you want to book a one-on-one with me, there's a link to my Calendly in the description of the video below. It's free for a limited time, so take advantage of it. Guys, subscribe to my channel because I got more videos coming. Tips on how to save, tips on how to invest. Thanks for watching today, and we'll see you real soon.